Greetings and welcome to HELP. I am Margarita Lemmerman, and with me here is Deborah Lilly, and we are from the Department of Civil Service, and we're here to talk about HELP. We ask that, if you could just please keep your questions until the end of the presentation. We will have time then to answer anything that's outstanding or that we haven't answered throughout our PowerPoint, excuse me. So, welcome to HELP, or the Hiring for Emergency Limited Placement Program. The state of New York is looking for people who are interested in careers that help people within our communities, often by providing direct care, health, or safety-related services. Various New York State agencies are looking to fill these positions where all levels of education and experience are valuable and needed to best serve these communities. The positions in the HELP program range from direct care to specialized nursing and psychiatric support and everything you can think of in between. So today's presentation will tell you about how to look for these openings, how to apply, while also highlighting the many benefits of working for the state of New York within New York State employment. Your options and your benefits are going to take you so far. So before we dive into discussing the HELP program, you may be wondering, what are the benefits of working in state service? There's a lot of reasons to work for New York State. Are you looking for a way to make a difference in the lives of others? Public service really matters. As a state employee, you can join a diverse and dedicated workforce and play a vital role in providing essential services to the individuals of our great Empire State. If you haven't already thought of New York State as an employer of choice, let me give you some food for thought. The state employs approximately 150,000 people in so many different occupations, ranging from plow drivers to first responders, engineers, nurses, research scientists, and so much more. New York State has opportunities and career paths for everyone, regardless of your education or experience. Also, if you're thinking of returning to state service, you may want to visit the Civil Service website for additional information. New York State is considered one employer, so once you're working for the state, you can transfer to other titles and agencies and have opportunities for promotion. And while Albany is the home of our state government, did you know that more than 70% of positions are located outside of the Albany area? So the three most concentrated areas of employment outside of the Capital District are New York City, Buffalo, and the Syracuse-Binghamton region. New York State jobs also promote a great work-life balance, flexible work schedules, world-class benefit packages, and other incentives that facilitate a high quality of life both inside and outside the office. And you know what? State jobs pay better than you think. State salaries are competitive with private sector, plus there's great health benefits that add to your total compensation package. Full-time employees of New York State may have federal direct loan forgiveness after 10 years of public service through the Federal Public Loan Service Forgiveness Program, or PSLF. New Yorkers who have successfully qualified for and applied to the program have received an average of $61,402 in debt relief. We need new, energetic, and dynamic candidates to consider the state of New York as an employer of choice. Is this going to be you? Now that we've discussed the benefits to state employment, let's dive a little bit into the HELP program, which is what we're here to discuss today. New York State agencies are hiring critical direct care, health and safety positions now more than ever. To help agencies fill these critical positions, the Department of Civil Service has developed a hiring program that streamlines the appointment process to allow state agencies to hire diverse and qualified permanent employees quickly and without examinations. These appointments will be permanent appointments rather than on some kind of temporary or provisional basis. The usual or typical civil service process for filling positions consists of candidates taking and passing a test and state agencies canvassing the list of people with passing scores for interviews. The HELP program temporarily removes this civil service exam requirement for more than 100 direct care health and safety titles for thousands of positions across state agencies. Instead, applicants only need to meet the minimum qualifications for a position, then apply to the agency they want to work for, wherever that job title exists. Candidates are hired into the program and will be appointed in permanent competitive status, permanent non-competitive status, meaning that you're hired without taking an examination and instead only need to meet the entry level or minimum qualifications for that position. HELP is a one-year program. It started on April 5th, 2023, and it's going to go through March 31st, 2024. At the end of this temporary hiring program, employees hired will have their status converted from permanent non-competitive to permanent competitive so that they can apply for a promotion or transfer opportunities that they qualify for. This may open doors to advance your career in New York as a New York State employee in whatever direction you seek. So on your screen, you can see that there's approximately 20 New York State agencies who are participating in this HELP program. These agencies are located across New York State. The vacancies exist from Long Island to our western border and every single place in between. We have a need to fill these critical positions everywhere in New York State, so surely there's an opportunity near you. So you're asking, how do I start the application process? The best place to begin is right on the Civil Service website. You arrive to the Department of Civil Service main page and scroll down to the heading Featured Programs. On your screen, you can see what I'm talking about. On the top, under Featured Programs, is the HELP program. If you click on this link or this option, you'll be directed right to the HELP page, or you can access the HELP program directly by going to cs.ny.gov/help. Once you're on the HELP page, you'll have the opportunity to view several pieces of information about the program, much of which we are going to discuss today. On the HELP page, you can find a summary about the program, a listing of the titles converted under the HELP program, and links to HELP-related job postings, and also links to the Candidate Help portal. If you're curious about the titles filled in the HELP program, we encourage you to search through the job title listing link to find out just how extensive this program is and all the titles that you can pursue. And while we're on the subject, let's talk more about the Candidate Help portal, where you will essentially create a profile, update documents, upload documents like your resume or an application, and hiring agencies can view these things. But first, to set up your profile in the HELP Candidate portal, you'll need to create a personal ny.gov ID account if you have not done so already. Setting up this personal ny.gov ID account will require a username and a password, which you'll use each time you log into the portal, so be sure to choose something that you'll remember and save that information somewhere you can refer back to it easily. To begin this process, from the HELP page, scroll down to the How to Apply section and select the Create an Account link under Step 1. From here, either log in with your existing personal ny.gov ID, or again, you'll have to select Create an Account. Next, select Personal, as this account is going to be linked to your personal email. From here, select Sign Up for a personal ny.gov ID, and then begin to enter all of the required information in each field, and that will complete your account. If you need assistance or you're experiencing any technical difficulties with setting up a personal ny.gov ID or anything related to this account, please contact the ITS Help Desk at the contact information on your screen. You can also view the Create a Personal ny.gov ID tutorial video on the Department of Civil Service YouTube channel. And now Deb's going to talk to you a bit about the help portal. Take it away, Deb.
Thanks, Margarita, and good afternoon, everyone. Before we move on to the next page in regards to how do we use the help portal, for those of you who are current state employees and you have your own state ny.gov account, this is separate. The personal ny.gov account is separate from your New York.gov account. Unfortunately, you will not be able to log on to the help portal from your state ny.gov account. This is why it's so important that you create a personal ny.gov ID, because you will not be able to log in if you are on your state computer under your ny.gov account. So again, make sure that you create a personal ny.gov ID and follow the instructions that Margarita gave you. But let's move on and see how we can use the help portal. So the web portal, which is the candidate help portal, has been developed for candidates to view job opportunities and upload employment documents. There's 3 phases. Phase 1 is where you complete your online job application in the candidate help portal. Phase 2 is where you select jobs from the All Help job postings in the candidate help portal that you're interested in. And phase 3 is where you review your help job postings in the My Help Job Postings listing, and you continue to monitor the postings. Now, to best visualize this process, we thought it would be helpful to look at these phases. So phase 1 is where you visit the help page and scroll down to the candidate login heading. Here you'll select the candidate portal sign-in button, and you'll be prompted to enter your personal ny.gov ID and password to log in. Once logged in, click the My Information link as shown on your screen to begin the job application process. So there are 7 steps to complete in order to successfully complete phase 1. Each step is shown here on your screen. Let's see if I can get a button. Yes, I can. Fantastic. And I'm going to have my little arrow. You're with me. All right, so in step 1, you're going to provide your contact information. Make sure that you use the most up-to-date information, including your email, phone number, and current address. Most likely, employers are going to be contacting you by email. State agencies are going to access and use this information in the recruitment process. Step 2 is job titles, and we're going to discuss that a little further in the presentation. Step 3 is the participating agencies, and Margarita showed you those in slide number 5. Step 4, which is licenses and certifications, may not apply to every candidate or to every job posted in the help. If you have a license and or a certification and it is required for the position you're applying for, this is where you'll provide that information. Before you submit your final application, be aware that you will have an opportunity at the end of the application process to review all the information you've entered to make sure you haven't forgotten any required or relevant information. Step 5 is your availability. And availability means a few different things. It means the county or counties where you're willing and available to work. it means whether you're looking for full or part-time work, a permanent or temporary appointment, or whether or not you want to work shift or a non-shift position. When you apply for a position, the shift will be indicated on the job posting. It will also indicate county and whether or not it's a full or a part-time job. Step 6 is where you upload your resume or the employment application. At least one of these documents is required to be uploaded before you can proceed to step 7. If you opt to complete the fillable employment application, you can find a link to complete the application on your screen, which is right down here. It is also on the HELP website. So once you complete the online form, you'll need to download it or save it to your computer, and then upload the file to the HELP portal to complete the application process. Finally, step 7 is where you'll be given an opportunity to review all of the information you've entered to make sure that you've provided any and all relevant or required information. Now remember, if you don't upload your resume or the employment application in step 6, you won't be able to move on to step 7, and you will not be able to complete your application. So now we're going to move on to phase 2. In phase 2, you're going to be able to review all HELP job postings, and you're going to click on the link that says all HELP job postings. So let's take a look at what that might look like. So we've included a sample posting here, and I'm going to actually use my annotation button. You can filter your search in a number of different ways. You can either leave it as you see here, where it's just kind of randomly sorted, not by any particular way, or you can sort in a different manner. You can sort by using the job title, which will sort alphabetically either A to Z or Z to A. You can sort by employment type, whether you're looking for full or part-time positions. You can sort by the shift type, either day, evening, or nights. A really popular search is by county. And again, you can sort A to Z or Z to A. If you're just looking to work in a specific county, this is the way you're going to want to sort. You can look for the jobs just in the county of interest. And finally, we have facility or the agency name. Again, you can sort A to Z or Z to A if you're looking to work at a specific facility. So as an example, let's say you want to learn more about the Addictions Counselor 1 position. If you click on the View button right here, you'll be directed to more information about that specific posting. So this is a sample job posting here, and I'm going to use my annotation button again to give you some highlights. So you're going to start by seeing the title code and the title. So the title code may not be important, but the title is. The type of occupational group will tell you it is a health and human services position. It's going to tell you the negotiating unit or union, the salary grade, and what the starting salary is. For certain positions, there may be notes about the salary. This particular salary includes a base pay range, plus location pay, plus what's called an inconvenience pay. Each position is going to have minimum qualifications, meaning this is the minimum that you should have in order to qualify for this position. Some positions may have preferred qualifications. They are above and beyond the minimum qualifications that are required. These are preferred qualifications that may get you looked at first. Then finally, there are conditions of employment. These are other aspects of the positions that need to be considered when you are applying. It is important to distinguish that the hiring agencies are handling this posting, so you must communicate directly with the source rather than the Department of Civil Service. The Department of Civil Service cannot answer any questions pertaining to the salary or specific information related to the help posting. So it's very important that you are aware of who is posting this position. So after you select your job, you might be thinking, well, what comes next? The job or jobs you select will alert the associated hiring agency that you're interested in their job. As mentioned earlier, if you have questions regarding a particular posting, such as salary, location, work hours, or other general information related to the job, you must use the contact information for the agency listed. So over here it says facility. One is the New York State Department of Health. The other is the Department of Civil Service. This is the only time you would contact the Department of Civil Service if it is a job directly posted by the Department of Civil Service. You can view a listing of titles for which you meet minimum qualifications and that you've indicated your interest in the My Helps job posting in the candidate portal. So that's right down here. Please make sure that you keep all of your personal information up to date and check your email frequently, including your spam or junk folders, because if you've never received an email from a particular agency, that's where the email may wind up. In the meantime, keep checking back as postings may be updated daily or weekly with new opportunities. We encourage you to continue to apply to any job postings for which you are qualified and are interested. So again, you're going to see the different positions that you have you've selected. So you're going to review your help job posting. So if you'd like, you can add a cover letter, or you can edit your cover letter information if you've already applied for the position. Adding or editing a cover letter will allow you to write directly to the hiring manager on your interest and qualification for the posting. So we've just scratched the surface on what the HELP program and Working for New York State can offer you. There are many resources within the HELP portal and the Department of Civil Service website. But if you have additional questions about the HELP program, you can contact the Public Information Office. Their information is available on the screen. They can be reached by email at pio@cs, which is civil service, .ny for New York, .gov, which is short for government. Or you can give them a call locally at 518-457-2487. Or if you're out of the Capital District or 518 area code, you can contact them at 1-877-NYS-JOBS or 1-877-697-5627. So as I said, we've just scratched the surface on the HELP portal and what HELP can do to help you get a job within New York State. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in chat. And I'm going to go back to our resources page to allow you time to write down the information. So again, if there's any questions, please write them down in chat and we can answer them for you. So Jason, are we seeing any chats, any questions in chat that we can help answer?
We just got one. There is a question about if folks are going to be able to view the presentation offline for instructions?
Yes, we actually do have a presentation on our YouTube channel. And let me see if I can get that information up for you. Bear with me one moment. Oh, goodness, I thought that we had a link. I'm going to direct folks back to the civil service homepage, which is www.cs.ny.gov/help. This will bring you to the HELP program. Once you're in the HELP program, you'll be able to access YouTube links to tell you how to manage to go through the HELP portal. This will also teach you how to establish an NYS.gov ID. And I know that, Jason, you are recording this presentation, so I believe that that may be available for folks to get through to on the HELP portal probably for a couple of days.
Yes, and
And again, if you
echo what you said, I would also recommend that folks in our booth on the virtual platform, the Career Fair platform, well, we do have a link to our YouTube page, and that will be a spot that you can check periodically where we will be posting any updated videos that we're able to publish.
awesome.
And that will also be the location where if you would like to view the tutorial on how to set up a personal ny.gov ID, that video is also located on our YouTube channel. We do have another question. Let's see. If a job posting lists a direct HR rep, do we recommend that the applicant register and apply in the HELP portal as well?
Oh, do you mean looking for, if you were looking for a job on the State Jobs NY website? Is that the question? So are you looking in two places for the position, or are you looking on the HELP page? Because if it's on the HELP page, you can apply to the HELP page. But if it's listed on statejobsny.gov, you can apply there as well, and it will indicate that it is a HELP title. But
Yes,
agencies should be
both
posting
places.
all of their,
I think
yep,
your answer
yep.
covered both.
Okay, that's great. So yes, the statejobsny.gov website, I know a lot of people use that, and a lot of state agencies, not all, but most state agencies do use this particular website to post their job vacancies. HELP positions are going to be posted there as well, but agencies are encouraged to post their HELP postings on the HELP portal. So it should be a kind of a one-stop shopping. But I do encourage people if you're looking for a position in health and human services, direct care, safety and health, start with the HELP portal. If you are not seeing a job that you think should be on there, then do go to the State Jobs NY website and check it out there. If you're a current New York State employee and you're looking for HELP-related positions, and you need a little assistance either with the HELP portal or with the State Jobs NY portal, you can contact the Career Mobility Office at cmo.cs for civil service, .ny for New York, .gov. So that's cmo@cs.ny.gov. Email the Career Mobility Office, and you can indicate that you need a little help with the HELP portal or with navigating the State Jobs NY website, and one of our staff would be happy to help you.
Hi, Deb. I also added the email address to the chat as well for the Career Mobility Office.
Awesome.
All right. So we have another question. Let's see. Someone who already has a personal ny.gov ID
Mm-hmm.
is trying to apply for a position in the help portal, but can't find the apply button. So how would an
Oh,
individual go about applying through the portal?
oh, that's kind of weird. That I think would be a question best answered by the PIO. So again, the PIO is at pio@cs.ny.gov. The only thing that I could think of possibly is that you may not have uploaded all of the documents that were required for you to apply to the position. So remember when we, let me go back to that screen. You want to make sure, I'm going to use my little annotate tool. If you forget to upload your resume or your employment application, you're not going to be able to go to step 7, which is the summary and the application. So again, make sure that you have
Deb, your audio may have cut out.
I think what she was saying is just that, you know, you have to make sure that you have added in all of your information, and then once you have verified that, then you can proceed from there. But it's just making sure that all the information's been entered and saved properly, just to get, and if and then you should be able to apply from there. If there's still an issue, I'm not sure. It seems like that would solve that. I don't know if there would be some other technical issue at that point.
Okay, so
But I would
for
try that
this
first,
particular
and then,
question about the apply button, would you recommend that that individual contact the PIO inbox?
yeah, if after trying and making sure that all the information's entered and saved properly, if there's still a problem, then contact the PIO mailbox.
Thank you. All right, we do have another question. A participant says, I have an active medical and surgical license from India, and they would like to know, would my qualifications be honored with New York State, and or are limited practice license options available with New York State, similar to Ivy League colleges?
I know that there are ways to transfer licensure from foreign countries and other areas. I know that there's a process through state ed for doing that. I don't know, I can't answer for the user agencies what process they would direct people to use. Having had some experience with nursing titles and those kinds of licenses, I would recommend verifying with New York State Office of the Professions. There is a way to have some sort of temporary licensure that will help at least transfer until a permanent license can be obtained in New York State. I don't entirely know the process to be able to provide steps right now. That's something that I could answer offline or help research offline. But I know that there is something through state ed and the Office of the Professions that is available for that. But also too, I'd probably partner with the agency that has a title that you're interested in case that they have some other process that they would include in that, in that transfer of licensure or obtaining something that would be valid here as well.
right.
All right, and I'm back. I apologize, everyone.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
All right. I don't see any other questions at this time. I
All
did
right,
share
so
the link to the Department of Civil Services YouTube page. So
awesome.
there's a direct link in the chat box, and there is also the for the YouTube page, um, which is at New York State Department of CI 8932. But the hyperlink in the chat box should work for you. All right, one last call for questions. Does anybody have any questions regarding the HELP program and how we might be of service to you?
Going once, going twice. Oh.
All right, and just to reiterate, if anyone has any questions after we're done here, you can send questions that you have to our public information office. The email address is in the chat. It's pio@cs.ny.gov. We've also shared the email address for the Career Mobility Office here at the Department of Civil Service, which is cmo@cs.ny.gov. We did have a question. When did the program begin? The HELP program.
The HELP program began April 5th of this year, and it is slated to run through March 31st of 2024. So it's a one-year program. And I know that Margarita did discuss this earlier in the presentation, that it is a one-year program. So agencies are able to hire individuals into these health and safety, healthcare, direct care positions without individuals having to take an examination, which is our normal course of business. The New York State is based on merit and fitness, and 80% of our positions are filled by examination due to the severe need for these types of positions in order to care for the most vulnerable populations of New York State. The governor has allowed New York State agencies to bypass the examination process for these particular titles. And so individuals who are hired through the HELP program will be permanent, non-competitive. Non-competitive meaning that you did not take an examination to get this job, but you did meet minimum qualifications for the position. Once the 1 year is over for the HELP program, individuals who were hired as permanent non-competitive employees through the program will be transitioned over into competitive class titles, which means that you will then be able to transfer into other competitive class positions and also take promotion examinations, competitive promotion examinations.
Right. Another question is, will there be another job fair for individuals who were not able to join us here today?
That I'm not 100% sure. we can certainly find out. And if we do have another job fair, it would be posted on the New York State Civil Service website, which again is cs.ny.gov. It would be on our features page. It may also be listed on the New York State Department of Labor's website. They did host the job fair, and they did an excellent job at it. If there's enough interest, I'm sure that we could talk to, the powers that be and see if we can have another job fair. But if there is another one, we certainly would let folks know on our website and possibly on the Department of Labor's website as well.
The other thing is that depending on the planning of another job fair, if there is one or if there isn't, this information is available, as we talked about today, through the Department of Civil Service website. And, people are available to answer questions and talk through any questions that come up as a result of information seen on our website. So there's a lot of different ways to get help with help if you need it, or if you know someone that does. We're available all the time to try to give people the information they need to participate and take advantage of this great program.
Another question, we did get a question of how does someone get a waiver from having to take any exams?
For the help positions or for any position? Because the help positions, is no examination. You meet the minimum qualifications for the position as listed on the help website, and you are going to be, if you're hired into the position, you will be a permanent non-competitive employee. Once once the year is over, once we hit the April 1, 2024, anybody who is hired through the HELP program will be moved into a permanent competitive position. But if you are looking for any other positions where you do not have to take an examination, New York State Department of Civil Service does have positions in the non-competitive class. We do have positions in what's called the exempt class and in the labor class. These three classes of positions do not require individuals to take an examination, but they do need to meet the minimum qualifications of the position. We also have positions in what are called the 55B and 55C category. 55B and 55C is a section of the New York State Civil Service law, which covers individuals. 55B is for individuals with disabilities, and 55C is for disabled veterans. This is a program which allows disabled individuals or disabled veterans to get into entry-level state positions without taking an exam. However, they still do need to meet the minimum qualifications of the particular position. So if you are looking for something outside of the positions that are handled by the HELP program, non-competitive, exempt, and labor class positions can be found on statejobsny.gov, and you can search based on what's called the jurisdictional class. So it would be competitive, non-competitive, exempt, or labor class. Or if you are an individual, a disabled individual or a disabled veteran, you can look at the 55B, 55C program, and that is one of our featured programs on the New York State website. And again, that is www.cs.ny.gov. And I believe that it is also in our featured programs section.
All right, thank you for that. In follow-up, the individual did say yes, it was related to the help position, so thank you for answering. And is it too late for someone to enroll in the help program?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The positions are open. If you haven't been to our job fair yet, it's open for another 15 minutes. And positions actually are listed in our pavilion. So if you go to the job fair and you go to, it says pavilion, you can go into the pavilion and you see different agencies that are participating in the job fair, and jobs are posted there. If not, you can go to the HELP website on the civil service website, which is www.cs.ny.gov/help, HELP, and that will bring you to the HELP page. And I'm going to scroll backwards and show everybody the HELP portal. So right here is the website, and you would log in to the HELP candidate portal, and you would begin your application process. But remember, you need to have that personal ny.gov ID that Margarita was telling us about earlier in the presentation. So make sure that you have got that near.gov ID. If you don't have one, Jason put the link to our YouTube page, and it will tell you, give you a tutorial on how to do the ny.gov personal ID, so you can sign up for that. And once you've got that New York.gov personal ID and password, you can go into the New York State HELP portal and start applying for positions that interest you and that you qualify for.
Now, we did get a follow-up from another individual who said that they also do not see an apply button after having signed in, filled out the whole application. And so I know we answered that before. So if anyone else does encounter that, you'll want to send an email to our public information office. Oh, I got to follow up. It appears that you have to put the job into the My Jobs section, and then you can apply. So that might be the secret. All right. Another question was, for these positions or to participate in the HELP program, does an application have to be submitted today?
No, that's a really good question. No, it doesn't. You can start looking at the portal. You can start looking at the All HELP's job posting. So let's kind of scroll forward. So we want to look at the All HELP's job posting. And again, this is just a sample of the postings list view. So you're going to want to take a look at the different types of jobs that are available to you and see if you are qualified or if they're in the location that you're interested in working. So you can start the application process, but you don't have to complete it today. The day is almost over, and it's been really kind of busy. So no, you don't have to complete the application today. And if you don't complete it today, it's not that you're missing out. All of a sudden, the jobs go away. These jobs are out there for, as long as it takes to get them filled. And again, as Margarita said earlier, this program started on April 5th of this year and will be running until March 31st of 2024. So these jobs need to be filled, and we're hoping that there are folks out there who are listening to the sound of my voice who are going to be applying for these positions.
Yeah, really, we're just getting started. We've only been, a few weeks in, just about a month in, and we have until next year at about the time, beginning of April. So there's plenty of time to get involved and look for the right thing that is just the right fit for, position or new job out there.
Would it be fair for me to say that the HELP program itself is going to go into next year, but in the interim, there may be different jobs available at different times depending on the different agency needs?
Absolutely. Agencies are posting all the time now, the ones that have been involved with the program, and they're putting in their vacancies as they become available. So, the list could be refreshed pretty frequently based on agencies' needs. We talked about it earlier, but this program came about because there's such a need for these kinds of positions to be filled across all these state agencies that have included themselves in the program. So, the list of titles could be constantly changing as far as like what's actually posted for, to apply to, and locations and everything too. So it's not a list that's out there now and it's going to stay exactly as it is. It'll continue to change and evolve as agencies start adding things to it, or continue adding things to it. We've had a lot of traction so far.
And remember, you can go into the Help Candidate portal and look and see what positions you've already applied for. So let's say you're a licensed master social worker and you applied for 3 positions as an LMSW at the Department of Health. However, there may be more job postings, so you do want to look and see if there are new job postings out there. So you can see what you've already applied for, and then you can see what's new. And the way you're going to know that it's a new job posting, let me get to the next page, is the posting ID number. So let me circle that right here. So when you see the job posting ID, each job posting ID is a unique number, unique to that particular job. It was posted on this particular date for this particular job at this particular location. So even if you have 5 jobs that you've applied for, again, maybe as a medical assistant, you can see that each job is different. So this one says 568. If you see another one, maybe it says 565, and you can go into your own postings to see which job numbers you've applied for and which ones you haven't applied for.
Thank you. Some really good questions have been coming in during this this part of the program. Does New York State promote on-the-job training? And does New York State either cover the cost of job-related certifications or tuition reimbursement?
Oh, there's 3 questions right there. So let's start with the first one. Let's start with the first one. The answer is yes. So when you go into your job, you may be, again, a licensed master social worker, so you have the education, the certification, the experience working as an LMSW, but you may not have worked with the type of population at the Office of Mental Health. So maybe you work with individuals who have developmental disabilities. Maybe you haven't worked with patients who have mental health issues. So you would be trained to work with that population. If you are looking for a position as here a direct support assistant, you would get on-the-job training to work with that particular type of population. As far as reimbursement goes for training, it would depend upon the negotiating unit that you're in or your union. Some unions do pay for training or reimburse you for training. So you would have to talk with your shop steward in regards to job-related training or going back to school to get additional, education or certification. Did I answer all 3 questions? Maybe. I think so.
I believe you did.
All righty.
Sounded like 3 to me.
All right.
Right. I
I don't want
think
to jip people.
we may have covered all the questions we've received at this point. So we might find this to be a good time to wrap up. So
All
I
right,
did
I'm just
want to, before we depart today, to remind everyone to check out our YouTube page as we are able to post videos, they will be posted there. So the inquiries we've gotten about this particular webinar, if we're able to post it, it would be posted on our website. And we also have some other videos that we're working on to assist individuals with their job seeking process. We hope to have a video posted in the not too distant future, providing an overview of the State Jobs New York website and how best to utilize the resources on that site. So please do circle back to our YouTube page and keep an eye on that for these new videos. And I'd like to thank Deborah and Margarita um, very much for your wonderful presentation today. And thank you to all of our attendees and your fantastic questions. We really appreciate you spending this time with us today. And we hope the best for you in your job search. And please reach out to us or the component departments that have job postings if you have any questions. Thank you so much for your time, everyone.
have a great day, everyone. Thanks, Margarita. Thanks, Jason.
Yes, definitely. Thank you guys and enjoy your afternoon.
Take care, everybody.